Alright, so welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you watching. I got some stuff from Tackle Warehouse, so I thought, why not do a video so you could see what I'm into right now and kind of what I'm looking at. So I'll go ahead and start. If you would, like and subscribe, but I appreciate it. First, I bought 3 new spinning reels. They're Daiwa LTs, Tattoo LTs. So I'm replacing some old Quantums, so I went with some Daiwa stuff. I really liked them over the years more and more, so I think eventually I'm going to try to go all Daiwa. Yeah, here you go. First is Sunline. Woo! Sunline SX1 braid, 12 pound, 600 yards. I use 200 yards per spool. I spool them up once a year, and the braid lasts all year. But usually 200 yards or a little bit less works fine. I haven't used these these reels before, the Daiwa Tattoo LTs, so I don't know. We'll see. Should be fine, but 200 yards is going to be fine. I know there's a lot of other braids out there, finesse braids for spinning reels. This is one I've used for 10 years, I guess. Not to, yeah. Well, I mean, at least 8 years, I'd say. Whenever it first came out, but 12 pound, man, I use it for everything. All three. I have 3 spinning reels. I usually have like a 7-foot medium, medium heavy for shaky heads and some other things like that. And then I prefer a longer one for really getting deep casting, like okashiras, little swim baits, things like that. I guess hair jigs, things that you really want to cast out for. So I don't always take all 3 out on the kayak. I always have at least 2, but a lot of times I carry that 3rd one as well. You can get away without the longer one. That one you can put on the other 2. But yeah, those are kind of the 3 setups that I like. But the line, I use the 12 pound Sunline SX1 and 8 pound Seaguar Invis X Fluoro. That's why I use on all of them. I like to be interchangeable in case I blow one up or something crazy. You get wind knots and it just goes to hell. Yeah, you can swap them back and forth. That's why I do it, so they're interchangeable. So there you go. And I also bought this little deal. It's like a line. There you go. This line tensioner deal to go on a spool. Never had one before. I saw it. Thought it'd be cool. So I think it's like Mr. Sharky or something like that. Thought I'd check that out. These are going to be a little bit random. Hopefully they're all at once. They're all together. The box is kind of, stuff's all spread out in there. So, actually I'll show this. Yeah, should organize these better. But I haven't thrown these yet, so I thought I'd check them out. Berkeley Slobber Knockers, half ounce. I got white. I'll tell you why. The one reason I wanted to try Slobber Knockers more than anything. This color, this bluegill, it is actually called Bama Brim. They sell this in a Dirty Jig swim jig, and it's absolutely my confidence color. So whenever I saw this Bama Brim color, and they had to have taken it from Dirty Jigs because it's the same color. I freaking love that color. I do live in Alabama, but it absolutely slays. Also went with black, kind of that black. It's got black purple. I really like that. It's called BL Special, Black Light Special. But that black, blue, purple, I really like that color too. That's right around here. I think somebody that helped design these must have been from Alabama. And the third one is white. I usually just about throw the half ounce. I'll probably buy some 3/8 too, just to, just check them out. But kind of what I hear people saying about the Slobber Knocker, the difference is it's a little bit more finesse, like a little bit more, the action isn't as pronounced as jackhammer. Maybe a little bit more pressured waters, and that's exactly what Alabama is, what I'm fishing most of the time. So, yeah, jackhammers might do that somewhere else, like a Texas or somewhere where the fish aren't as pressured, but around here, a little bit less vibration is not necessarily a bad thing. And I'm not the biggest, I know kayak guys are so big about jackhammers and blade jigs all around, but I'm really not. Like, I'm more of a spinnerbait guy, so I think everybody tries to pick that one bait that they want to be better at next year, and my one bait is a chatterbait. So, there we go. Next up, there's the other one. I bought 2 of each. One I had to pull it out and look at, Next up, some spark shad, 5-inch. A lot of people like to go bigger around grass. I like the X Zone Mega Swammer. They're good too. It's a 5.5. But this on a 6/0 belly weight swim bait hook. Green pumpkin and albino, 2 colors I use. Always in the kag. Always catch fish. I know people definitely like the bigger, the bigger ones, the 6-inch, the mag draft, but I like spark shad. Around grass, they work great. I used Skinny Dipper for years, or Cane Thumper. That's Big Bite. Just that same 5-inch profile. 5-inch to me is the deal. Like, I don't really like to go any bigger. I don't get the bigger baits, especially around here. Maybe Tennessee River, things like that. Kind of close to my area. Bigger bait would be good, but 5-inch, man, everything will eat that, even the big ones. So, that 5-inch spark shad, super great bait. Next up, I bought a few different colors here. 4 other slobber knockers. I haven't used these either, so it's it's that time of the year to be trying different things. The Hog Farmer Spunk Shad. I went with the 4.5. Again, I like a little bit more finesse type things. I know at 5.5, a little bit bigger. Saw it on Tactical Bass and like everybody else. I put a 4-inch on there. I'm sure I got it here. Where you at? I don't know where it's at, but I threw it on there. But yeah, so I bought the Chartreuse Pearl for Super Stain Water, Bluegill for that Alabama Brim color. I'll give you the actual names here. This is Natural Gill, Black and Blue Flake, Black and Blue, that's easy, and the Albino, a little bit more a pearl, a little bit wider, so a little bit toned down from the Chartreuse Pearl. Or the actual color. I'll give you the actual color. Chartreuse Pearl. There you go. So, that white, you can swap between those 2 colors for a little bit more aggressive color and one that's a little more shady. The brim, you know what that is, and then black blue, that's great for low light conditions. First thing in the morning, go out for a while, and that's what just about everybody. Take it off and then, change to a different color later in the afternoon once the sun comes up. Next up, VMC Moon Eye. I've thrown these for a while, not a lot. Use it with an X Zone Hot Shot Minnow. This is the good all-around size, 1/4 ounce. I've got the bluegill color, which can't really see it. There's a little bit of chartreuse and orange in there, and then the other one is flathead. A little bit, I like to have a little bit of color on there rather than just the white. So if you're doing the, like a white color, the head stands out a little bit different. So with a hot shot minnow, doing the moping, just sitting there on the graph, jigging it up and down, or just letting it sit. Great bait, especially in the winter. These, I will say, the hooks on these are a little light. I mean, it's great because you hook them because they're like needles, but you gotta take it easy. You can't really hosset a fish on them because they will bend out some, but that's totally fine, totally, reasonable for a super light wire hook. They're just not going to be that strong, but so you gotta be a little bit careful with it. But if you're looking to get into that Demiki rig type deal, it's a great bait. Next up, I bought a bunch of those. I shouldn't even show them. It's not like it's secret or anything, but next up, I bought some Sunline bands. I've been wanting these for a long time. Just to show, I use Seagar, but I wanted to show what size line I'm using so I could put on the reels, and they're like $3, so why not? Next, something I haven't used before, I wanted to try it out. I actually want to try it out with that Spark Shad. It's a shin spin from Greenfish Tackle. I want to try something a little bit different. It's kind of like a big Okashira. So, this is the 1/2 ounce. And I'll tell you what, I had to email the people. I think this is a 5/0, 5 or 6/0. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but you cannot find it on a website anywhere. Greenfish, get it together. You cannot find what size hook comes with it. I had to email the people because it's not on their site, not on Tackle Warehouse, not anywhere else. But shin spin, so Okashira, except bigger. There you go. Right time of the year for that. Next up, I got a whole bunch of buzz baits because I was running out. I mean, it's past that time of the year. Actually, here's that one I was playing with. But this is at Bama Brim, and that's how far down the 4.5-inch spunk shad is down. But yeah, ooh, that color together. That's dangerous. That's freaking dangerous. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, great size. 5.5 would be a little bit big, but you know, there you go. Oh, I'm getting a call. Hold on. All right, next up, buzz baits. I like two buzz baits. They're both Accent Jacob Wheeler buzz baits. I like the finesse one, and I like the full size, the original. It's usually around, you know, whenever I want to get a little bit more finessey or get with you know, round spots, things like that. That's why I carry two different colors. But black and low light, white and dirty water, and then more like this. I think it's pearl blue glimmer. You know, it's almost same. And that's if you even throw a dang skirt on it. A lot of people don't, so you could really get away with two if you want to do it. I like skirts. You know, old school. I don't know. I still like the skirts. So there you go. Next up, something else I bought a whole bunch of, because the bite's still on right now. It'd be dying any day. I bought these new, they're pretty new, the Yozuri, here, Yozuri One Knocker, Rattling Vibe. I got a few different colors. First I have the, does it even say on here? I don't know if it does say a color. Made in the Philippines. Citrus Shad, there you go. So first, Citrus Shad, that would be, this time of year, a little bit of, you know, a little bit of color on there can be a good thing, especially in the fall. I don't know why. A little bit brighter colors usually pop in the fall and they work. But this would be like the craziest color I throw. White, so you can see it in dirty water, plus like a citrus, you know, green chartreuse back. And then the next step down from that would be so I have 4 colors. And I throw it in both the small 3/8 and the 1/2 ounce, but they only sell 1 knocker in the 1/2 ounce. Next up is the Sexy Shad. Everybody knows what Sexy Shad looks like. So if I want the brighter one, I throw Citrus Shad. If I want to step down a notch, a little bit dirty water, I would go Sexy Shad. And then whenever I want to go super clear water, Ghost Pearl Blue. It's just ghost translucent. You can see through it. So Sexy Shad, except you can see through it. And then on bright days, whenever I want some flash, I throw Blue Chrome. So there you go. 4 colors. You don't need any more. Maybe you do. I could see if there's perch or, you know, there's some kind of forage in your area and you want to match a hatch with it. But in my area, all those colors play. 4 is enough to have in a kayak. Really love lipless cranks. I think that's another reason I don't really throw a chatterbait bladed jig that often, because I throw a lipless crank a lot. It seems like people have gotten away from it, and it absolutely slays. So yeah, more people should not throw it. That's okay with me. But one knocker, whenever the water kind of gets below 70 for sure, but anytime it's cold out, if you're wearing a jacket, one knocker is the deal. I don't know why. I'm just going to show this again because it looks so money. Yeah, there you go. That's it. And a sticker. My kid likes those. That's it. Just a few things. Just kind of, it's that time of the year. Start adding tackle back to the, you know, little bit by little, filling up the tackle box again. Things get used over the year, and then you don't rebuy them at the time. But Yeah, there you go. And trying out some new things. So we'll see. I appreciate y'all watching. See y'all on the next one. Be safe out there.